Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is what is it? Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, y'all. June 13th, 2023. And sorry. Um I am Elena Kingethi. I am the proud owner and CEO of Empowering Empires Association. I am Oh, yeah, I just read a text message and I got lost. I just read a text message and I got lost. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, all right. I'm live. I can't okay. I'm serious now. I'm for real. My name is Elena Kingethi. I am the proud owner and CEO Empowering Empires Association. I want to first of all thank you guys, all the subscribers. You guys been rocking with me a long time. Even when I go on hiatus, or whatever, I disappear or whatever from YouTube. Whenever I come back on, I got some loyal, faithful ones that are happy to see me, and I appreciate. I want to just say I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate your support and everything. Go ahead and click subscribe now if you want to. Anyway, I wanted to talk this morning a little bit about the market, the industry, and freight brokering. I get a lot of people right now that email me, call me, text me, and ask me about brokering and what, wanting to enroll in brokering or what brokering is. And I did a video like a long time on here, one of my very first videos I did on YouTube. And I talked about the difference between freight brokering and the difference between dispatching, because a lot of people don't understand that. They don't grasp the concept, right? So I want to just kind of spend a little bit of time talking about that this morning. First of all, understand that the truck world is a world of its own, y'all. Like our truck world is literally a world of its own. Our industry is just, I guess every industry is like that, but trucking is just an industry of its own. And when you step in trucking, I'm telling y'all, it's nothing like you probably ever experienced. I've been in the telecommunications industry. I've been in the cosmetic industry. I've been in the higher education industry, and trucking, y'all, let me tell y'all. Trucking. So I'm about to go through something with you guys, and I do this in my training. If you ever take one of my training courses, I do this in my training. So if you have a pen and a paper, I want you to draw a triangle right now, like a pyramid like triangle, right? And on the left side, I want you to put motor carrier, right? On the right side, I want you to put um, direct shipper. And in the middle of your triangle pyramid, I want you to put freight broker, right? So you should have motor carrier, direct shipper, and freight broker. That's what it should say, okay? So just to give you a quick rundown, real quick, y'all getting some free training right now. Over here, you got your direct shipper. These are the people that actually ship the freight that needs to be moved, right? These are the people that ship the freight that needs to be moved, okay? Um, your direct shipper is not like Walmart or Costco or anything like that. Your direct shipper is always going to be like your manufacturers, your people that are actually purchasing the product to go to they're putting their product in your big supermarkets and stores and things like that, right? So like if you were to grab a bottle of water and it says distributed by Premium Waters Incorporated, Minneapolis, Minnesota, that's your shipper. That's your shipper, distributed by, manufactured by, or whatever, right? Get that. So your shipper is the person, the company that actually pays for the freight that has to be moved, right? Let me tell you, if you know how to get direct shippers in this industry, you can write yourself a paycheck. You can do anything. The one thing about trucking is we have a very creative canvas. It's a creative canvas where you can do anything in trucking. I never seen anything like it before, y'all. You can open any kind of industry. You know why? Because in the trucking industry, we need everything that the real world needs. Everything the real world has, we need it. If you in accounting, you can come just be open up an accounting service in the world of trucking. If you That's what I love. I do this class called truck management, right? And in my truck management class, I teach everything about the back end of the trucking industry and how to manage a trucking company. And let me tell you, I have seen so many creative people come out of that course and and make creative companies. I had one lady come out of my truck management course. She won't get mad at me calling her name. Her name is Cody. She came out of my truck management course and she created nothing but a driver recruitment company. Not out of everything I went through, because in our truck management course, I go through everything, like from drug testing, opening a trucking company, to how to recruit drivers, how to do your IFTAs, how to do your IRPs, how to do compliance, how to do your regulations. We go through everything that it takes to own and run a trucking company. She went through truck management and she birthed out a recruitment company, a driver recruitment company. And y'all, when I say she put it together, honey, she put it together. She got her 3 people and they all worked together and created this driver recruitment company. And it is awesome. Like, it is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If you need a driver, it's like everything she did, all her paperwork is in order, everything, you can get drivers from her. She just, everything is in order, and she came through our driver management course. So I'm saying that everything in trucking, that's what I love about the industry, because it's a blank canvas. You know what I'm saying? You don't, unless you opening up a trucking company or you're opening up a freight brokerage firm. That's the only really, like, you don't have to go through jump a lot of hoops and stuff like that in this industry. If you want to open up a business in this industry, it's not a lot of hoops and hollers that you got to open up. I opened up my school, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm working in the community and things like that. And, people want you to jump through hoops, they want you to jump through hoops and hollers. And I'm not used to it because trucking spoiled me, because we don't really got to jump through hoops. If you got an idea in trucking, baby, you can take it and run with it and grow it and develop it, because if you got the idea, somebody's thirsty out there that needs it and want it. My ex-husband, me and him brokered together for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? He opened a company where what he does is he helps carriers get to direct shippers. He helps and teaches carriers how to get direct shipper contracts, right? That's all his company does. And it's doing really, really good. So anyway, I'm just saying, trucking is a blank canvas. Anything you want to do, any kind of business you want to open in trucking, you can, other than babysitting. If you want to babysit, become a dispatcher. Did y'all like that joke? You want to babysit, become a dispatcher. I would get tomatoes thrown at me. But, it's just, it's lucrative. It's just a lot of stuff that you can do. So getting back to my little diagram, right? So over here, you got your direct shippers. These are the people that actually move the freight that need to be moved, right? Or not move the freight, the people that have the freight that need to be moved, that's going to pay for that transportation. That's why they're the diamonds, because they pay. They're the ones who pay. Then over here on the right side, you got your motor carrier, which is the ones that actually own the trucking companies. They are what we call asset based. They have their own trucks. They own their own trucks. Trucking companies, they need help, y'all. They need help help. In a trucking company, you got your owner, you got your dispatcher. Your dispatcher is the one who, of course, finds the loads, book the loads, stays in communication with the drivers, making sure the drivers get to the pick and drop. They're the liaison between, the driver and the broker, right? That's your dispatcher. One of the things I tell my dispatchers when they come through my training class, you want to be a successful dispatcher, learn how to get to direct shippers. Learn how to get to direct shippers. You want people to let you dispatch their truck? Do something different. Be different than the other dispatcher, because the thing is, baby, I can't give you my truck if I don't know what you're producing. You know what I'm saying? I got to know I'm going to make money, because I don't got time to be playing around. You know what I'm saying? Give you my truck and this my method of money or whatever. I need to know, what you're doing. What can you offer me? What can you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? It's a million and one dispatchers out there, baby. What can you bring to the table different from another dispatcher? What can you do other than get on the load board? People in this market right now, people need more than just a dispatcher that can get on the load board. They need a dispatcher that can be innovative and give them something different or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So as a dispatcher, bring something more to the table. Learn how to work with direct shippers. Learn how to get those guys contracts. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to do their compliance, learn how to do their paperwork, learn how to do their invoicing, then put your price tag and your ticket on top of it. You know what I'm saying? You put your ticket and your price tag on top of it. Learn more than just going to the boards. This is a market we in right now. We are in this market right now. Everybody, the broker's making too much money. The broker's this, the broker's that. Do something about it. Do something about it. Go get your shippers. Go get the same shippers that the broker has. You can move their freight too, baby. Just learn and figure out how to do it. Get you somebody to get on the phone. I was telling my story on Facebook Live a minute ago. When I brokered, honey, if I talk to you and you had freight and it seemed like a good possibility, I was getting on the airplane, I was flying out, and I was coming to see you. And when I got done, I knew who you was, your kids was, your baby daddy. I knew everything. And you was getting Christmas cards from me. You was getting birthday cards from me. I was whining and dining you, honey. Because the thing about it is, when you get to that person that makes that decision in that shipping department, those people don't quit. Like, it's very seldom that they go anywhere. Most of the time they are there. And as long as they there and rocking with you, you rocking with them. And a lot of times they hang out in groups with each other and they refer you to somebody. Let me tell you, my ex-husband and I, one of our very first clients was an orchid. United Orchids out of Denver, Colorado. United Orchids. Her name was Phoenix, honey. Phoenix, if you run across this video, I love you, Phoenix. But Phoenix, we got hooked up with Phoenix. Next thing you know, Phoenix is hooking us up with the whole Taiwan gang. Everybody, we moving for all her cousins and everybody, because they had set up a whole orchid shop, here in the United States. We had orchids coming out of Chicago, coming out of New York, coming out of out of Denver, Colorado. We had orchids going into New Jersey. We was moving orchids, and then y'all, guess what? Guess what, honey? Guess what? On one of her confirmations, on one of Phoenix's confirmations, because see, it's something about when it get dry. When it gets dry, you supposed to go find the water. You don't just sit in the dry land and just sit there. When it gets dry, you supposed to go find the water. That's when you get your butt up and you march and you figure out where it's water at. Don't just sink in a desert. So the market went down like it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Market went down or whatever. And I was sitting at my desk and fiddling around and stuff. This is a true story. I promise y'all this is a true story. I'm sitting at my desk fiddling around and everything, trying to figure out, okay, what can we do? What can we do or whatever, because business goes down. If you're an entrepreneur, goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. So I'm sitting at my desk trying to figure out, what can we do? What's something we can do? So I start going, this is no lie, I start going through our old rate confirmations, right? And I said, you know what? Let me look on these Raycons and see, if I can get some shippers, if I can find some shippers. Of course, this again is when I was brokering, not when I was trucking, but brokering. Honey, I go into the system. We had a system. I go into the system and I see a guy's name on there, Dr. Wong, right? I see his name on there. And one of the orchids loads had delivered to him or something. So I called him. I was like, hey, I introduced myself, da 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 da, and he was like, well, I don't make any decisions about the flowers or anything like that. I'm just the horticulture, and I work. Basically, he was a scientist, a doctor, and I was like, oh, well, I'm interested in still getting to know you and talk to you. And I was taking a trip to California. I was like, when I'm coming to California, maybe we can sit down and talk for a minute. He said, okay. Y'all, the man told me he wasn't doing any shipping, right? And so, but I knew he was somebody important from talking to him, right? I knew he was somebody important. So my ex-husband and I, we were taking a trip to California to go see some of our clients. And I said, I want to go see him. And he was like, it's 3 hours out of the way. I said, I don't care. I want to go see him while I'm there. And he was like, okay, that's cool if that's what you want to do. Like, yeah, it might be 3 hours around out of the way. Let's reroute some stuff or whatever, because when we would fly in, we would rent a car in whatever area and hit up as many of our clients as possible and go see a couple new clients, And so anyway, I go meet him. I left my husband. I told my husband, let me do this one on my own, baby. Let me do this one on my own. So I go meeting. We talk for an hour, y'all, right? He's telling me all about the orchid industry. And it was very intriguing. I was very interested. He's telling me all about the orchid industry. And I'm listening and I'm taking notes and everything because I was very intrigued, about he started telling about the orchids and how they were taking over the poinsettia industry and all of this and that, right? Honey, we leave the meeting. My ex-husband was like, well, how did it go? I said, well, I learned a lot and I'm excited about it. Wong, he's not in charge of any of the freight or anything like that, but I learned a lot from him. And he liked me. I liked him. We, meshed up or whatever. Y'all, probably about 4 months later, I get a call from him. The largest orchid grower in Taiwan needed somebody to be able to coordinate her freight in the United States. And he thought about me. He thought about me, y'all. He thought about me. And he must have coordinated it and worked it out and everything else. Next thing I know, I had the largest orchid grower in Taiwan. She was shipping stuff here into the United States. She didn't want nobody to handle her freight but me. But me. And I'm not going to tell all my business, but honey, it was some good money and it was a long ride. I rode that train probably for about 5 years, right? It was awesome. It was great. It was wonderful. Moral of my story is I don't know the moral. You figure out the moral. You listen to it. What you get out of it, you figure it out. You figure it out. But it was that account was so good to us. That account blessed us so much, and it was just me sitting at my desk when it was dry, looking for some kind of way out of this desert. I find him. It was just something in me that said, I want to see this man when we go to California. Went 2-3 hours out of the way to go see him, sat there with him for an hour. I was really intrigued about the orchids, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking in my mind, this ain't going nowhere, but hey, at least I'm learning something, you know what I'm saying? And I knew he was somebody important. I didn't know how important he was until I sat down with him, like he was the big man of the orchid industry, like the big man. Yeah, out of that meeting, they wanted me to fly out to Taiwan at one point to give a presentation about transportation. I ain't go because I just didn't feel comfortable leaving the country at that time, right? So I didn't end up going. But anyway, my point is that, when you talk about becoming a broker or doing brokering, just know the number one thing to be a broker is your sales. You gotta have that sales. If you don't have a sales mentality, stay away from brokering. Stay away from brokering. Dispatching, no, you don't have to really have sales as much. But if you go in dispatch and expand, don't just dispatch. Do more. Offer more to the table. You know what I'm saying? Offer more to the table. Give these guys more. Bring more than what the other dispatcher is bringing. You know what I'm saying? Bring more to the table. Right about now, they outsourcing dispatchers so much. Bring more to the table. Learn how to do more in this industry because it's a lot to be done. It's a lot that needs to be done. So the industry is not going away. Industry's not, as the thing about trucking, as long as consumers need goods, that's as long as we gonna be around. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, pick where you want to go, pick what side you want to be on. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Your broker is your middle person, right? They connect the shipper and the trucking company together, right? That's what the broker does, right? To learn everything else that the broker does and the trucking company does and the shipper does, you have to take my training, of course. I do dispatch training, freight broker training, truck management training, which is an awesome, awesome course, y'all. I'm telling you, our truck management training is awesome. Let me tell y'all, and I'm gonna shut up. The reason why I even created my truck management course is because my first trucking company failed. I failed my DOT audit. I didn't really fail. They gave me a chance to come back and do it, but I didn't. I just shut the trucking company down or whatever. But it birthed in me this truck management course that, you know what, if I fail my first audit, somebody else is out there failing their first audit because there's no book telling you how to get ready for this audit, for this DOT audit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it's books out there or whatever, but for real, you sinking and swimming and drowning and coming up for your life in trucking. That's any entrepreneur venture. You sinking and drowning and swimming and coming up for your life, and sinking and drowning and swimming and trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I created that class, because people need to know this is how you recruit a driver, this is how you get ready for it, this and that, certain situations, what do I do if the truck, if he tries to abandon the truck? What do I do if I want to fire my driver? What do I do if the driver get caught with weed in the truck? Yeah, I got stories to tell, honey. I got stories to tell. But anyway, that is it this morning. If you're interested in any of the classes that we got, I also do consultations. I do consultations, $25 for consultations. So you can hit me up for a consultation if you just have questions or something like that. It is operations at ekmempire.com. Is that right? Yeah. Our website is www.ekmempire.com. Yeah, I can't never remember the phone number. Go on the website and get the phone number. If you need help from us, let me know. We are here. I am here. Been in the industry for 15 years, y'all. Anyway, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.